Hey folks, Zoe Maya here. Welcome back to Haven's Kitchen. Today we're making gingery sesame chicken with kale. We love this recipe because it comes together in just 20 minutes. It's so easy, so flavorful. Our gingery miso sauce adds so much deliciousness. Like, you get bright gingery flavors, you get the earthiness of the miso. We're also gonna grate in some fresh ginger. And the reason I love that is because it really adds a little bit of spice and punch. We also have fresh scallions, toasted sesame seeds to finish, and Kale-Alleluia. I love me some green, fibrous, delicious kale to just bring everything together and add some nutrition and vibrancy to this dish. If this recipe sounds like one you'd love to try, subscribe to see all our future cooking videos. All right, let's cook. The first thing we want to do is get a nice heavy bottom skillet heating on the pan because we're going to sear our chicken skin on and we want to get that skin super, super crispy. So let's head to the stove. Once our pan is nice and hot, we're gonna add some neutral cooking oil, something that has a high smoke point like canola or grapeseed is best. Then we'll gently place our chicken breast skin side down to get it super, super crispy. Once we've flipped our chicken and it's getting nice and cooked through, we're just gonna prepare the last of our ingredients. You can hand tear or chop this kale to bite-sized pieces, and then we're gonna prep our scallions. I like to line them all up. I use every part of the scallion. A lot of people stop at the light green parts, but I use every single part of it. It's all delicious. It's all gonna add different flavor and texture, and I'm all about making sure that we use every part of every vegetable. Lastly, I'm just going to show you a little trick with ginger. Rather than using a vegetable peeler, you can also just use a spoon to peel it. That gets the fibrous outer edges off, but you don't waste any of that really, really flavorful flesh inside. Just hold it in your hand, scrape downward with the spoon, and you can see all that's left is the peel, and you have all of this gorgeous ginger ready to use. The edges of the spoon really help get inside these little nooks and crannies in the ginger, as opposed to just chopping them off like a lot of folks end up doing. Perfect. Now that our ginger's peeled, I'm gonna go check on our chicken. Once our chicken is cooked, we're gonna pull it out of the pan and let it rest while we fork on our base. We'll add our scallions, a touch of sesame oil, and we're gonna grate as much fresh ginger into this as we can. The reason I like to grate it right into the pan is because we get all those juices from the ginger as it grates. Okay. Now we'll add our kale. Once my kale is nice and vibrant green, I'm going to push it to the side, add my sauce, and deglaze the pan with it. We're going to add about half a pouch of our gingery miso. Scrape up all those brown bits from the bottom, and then throw our kale back and stir it all together. Now we'll nestle our chicken over the kale. Now that everything's together in the pan, we're just going to finish by drizzling a little bit more of our gingery miso sauce right over the chicken. So there we have it, our gingery sesame chicken and kale. The last thing I'm gonna do is finish this by drizzling the rest of our toasted sesame oil, which is just gonna add a beautiful gloss. And some toasted sesame seeds, which are gonna add crunch and really mimic the flavors in our gingery miso. One of the secret ingredients in this sauce that I love are shiitake mushrooms, which not only add body, but a really delicious umami flavor. And so I really feel like it ties everything in this dish together. And as always, I like to hit it with a little flaky sea salt. There we go, it's that easy. One pan, 5 ingredients, 20 minutes. This really couldn't be easier. If you enjoyed this recipe, make sure to like this video and subscribe to see all our future cooking videos. For the full recipe and a textable shopping list, click the link below. Thanks for watching. Cook happy.